Hello, everybody. I hope you're fine. Petra here again. For today, I have prepared an incredible video about quantum entanglement and abundance and the illusion of separation. It's a long video, so take a slow, deeper breath, relax, and enjoy the journey. I'll be with you till the end, of course. Just one last thing. If you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to do so, so you will not miss any of the videos. But now, let's start. I think that we all agree on the fact that we spend our entire lives navigating a world of separated things belonging to different people. My car, your house. My career, your promotion. My thoughts, your opinions. And this boundary, the line that separates you from other people, feels like the ultimate border. It tells you where you end and where the rest of the universe begins. But what if that border is a lie? Today, we are going to look at how quantum physics and neuroscience prove that the separation we feel is actually a biological hallucination. And more importantly, we are going to learn why realizing this is the master key to an abundance mindset. In fact, this sense of separateness is the single greatest barrier to the abundance you are seeking, because you cannot be in luck if you are fundamentally connected to the source of everything. And when you realize you are woven into the very fabric of the universe, luck becomes impossible. Now, to understand why you aren't separate from your goals and the world around you, we have to go back to almost 14 billion years ago, at the moment of the Big Bang. At that moment, every single piece of matter in the universe was condensed into a point of infinite density, a singularity. So every atom in your body, the carbon in the stars, and the silicon in your smartphone were once the exact same thing. In physics, when particles interact in a specific way, they become entangled, and we talk about quantum entanglement. Have you ever heard of it? It's one of the most fascinating discoveries in physics. Two particles can become connected in such a way that no matter how far apart they are, even across galaxies, what happens to one instantly affects the other. It's as if the universe itself is whispering that everything is connected. So, in the quantum world, when two particles become entangled, they still share a unified existence. In fact, if you change the spin of one electron here in your room, its partner, even if it were located on the other side of the Andromeda galaxy, changes its state instantaneously, assuming the opposite spin, not eventually, and not at the speed of light, but instantly. So, in the quantum field, distance is an illusion. Yes, you're right. I know this can sound unbelievable, but it's absolutely true. The two particles, no matter how distant they are, aren't actually two separate things communicating. They are two parts of the same whole. And by the way, for those of you who are curious, the spin is a directional property of a particle that behaves a tiny magnet. Two entangled electrons have opposite spins. If one is up, the other is down, instantly, even far away. But let's simplify it. Imagine you have a pair of gloves in separate boxes. You open your box and see a left glove. Instantly, you know the other box contains the right glove. In short, the universe allows instant connection, no matter the distance. Well, and here is the mind blowing part. What if you and abundance are actually entangled too? What if your thoughts, your beliefs, your energy can create instant connections with the opportunities, wealth, and joy waiting for you in the universe? Have you ever thought of someone you haven't spoken to in years, only for your phone to buzz with a text from them seconds later? Think about how quickly you can feel someone else's mood. You walk into a room and without words, your sense feel a vibe, a heavy tension, or a sudden burst of joy. Your body responds before your mind explains, before a single word was spoken. That is not imagination, that is biological sensitivity. Your nervous system is constantly reading signals from the environment. We are wired for connection, not isolation. In fact, if the building blocks of our universe, the atoms in your body and the atoms in the wealth or opportunities you desire, originated from the same source, the Big Bang, then at a fundamental level, you are already entangled with everything you seek, with everything is in the universe. The illusion of a separation is a filter our brain applies so we don't get overwhelmed. It always tries to protect us. But when you live in a mindset of me versus them, you are fighting the fundamental laws of physics. But now, to go back to abundance, maybe you are thinking, how does this apply to my bank account or my dream career? Most people approach abundance from a local perspective. I'm here and the money is over there. I must work hard to bridge the distance between us. But if the universe is fundamentally non local, if entanglement is the baseline of reality, then the distance between you and your goal is only mental construct. Abundance isn't about getting something from the outside, it's about tuning in to what you are already connected to. Of course, this doesn't mean that your thoughts instantly control people or events, but it does challenge the idea that things are completely independent and reminds us that relationship matters. But connection is even deeper than that. It's the recognition that nothing exists in isolation. Your thoughts affect your body. Your emotions affect your behavior affects other people, and other people affect you. This is not philosophy, it's a daily life. Think of it. Every thought, emotion, and belief you have is like a tiny particle of energy. You might think your positive thoughts are private, but in reality, they ripple out into the universe. When your energy is aligned with gratitude, possibilities, and abundance, you are sending a signal, like one of those entangled particles that connect the two opportunities waiting for you. Think of it like tuning a radio. The universe is constantly broadcasting, but only when you tune your frequency to abundance, you start picking up the signals. The energy you put out doesn't disappear, it's instantly reflected back, sometimes in ways that seem like magic. Many people have experienced this in real life. They focus on their goals, align their energy, and suddenly opportunities appear as if by coincidence. For example, someone might be visualizing their dream job while meditating, and out of nowhere, a perfect opportunity comes through a friend that hadn't spoken to in months, or a small act of generosity leads to unexpected wealth or connection. These are the universe's ways of showing entanglement in action. Your energy is connected to abundance and it responds instantly. But I know that you are now asking a question. If physics tells us we are one, why does it feel so much like we are many? For that, we turn to the brain. Our brains are social organs. We have evolved a system called the mirror neuron system. When you watch someone pick up a cup of coffee, the same neurons in your brain fire as if you were picking up the cup yourself. We are hardwired to simulate the experiences of others. We are biologically leaky. Our nervous systems are constantly whispering to one another. So, what's the problem? Well, the problem is that our survival brain, the amygdala, loves the idea of separation. It says, if you have it, I don't. And this creates a state of contraction. But let's go deeper than neurons. The heart. The heart is the largest generator of electromagnetic energy in the body. Research from the HeartMath Institute shows that this field spans several fields outside the body. When you are in a state of high frequency emotion, like gratitude or love, your field literally entrains those around you. So, when you live in a mindset of separation, your brain stays in a state of high alert and survival and focuses on me versus them. It sees a colleague's promotion as a threat to its own resources. However, neuroplasticity tells us we can rewire this. When we practice co-regulation, the act of connecting our emotional state to a higher frequency of those around us, we expand our cognitive field. You literally become smarter and more creative when you stop viewing others as competitors and start viewing them as extensions of your own potential. In this way, you start having lucky coincidences. You meet the right person at the right time. And this isn't magic, it's your biology synchronizing with the entangled field. To simplify things, think of entanglement like a cosmic dance. Every positive thought, every act of gratitude, and every intention is a step that moves you closer to the flow of abundance. But anyway, for those who need more hard evidence, let's look at the Global Consciousness Project out of Princeton University. For decades, researchers have placed random number generators all over the world. These are devices that basically flip a digital coin millions of times a second. Usually the results are 50-50, poor randomness. But they discover something startling. During massive global events where millions of people are focused on the same thing, like a World Cup final or a global moment of silence, these random machines stop being random. They begin to synchronize. This suggests that human attention is not only inside your head, it's a field. And then when we all focus on one thing, we create coherence in the field. If you apply this concept to your mindset, well, it tells you that if your mind is a random number generator of scattered, separate thoughts, your life looks like noise. But when you align your intention with the fact that you are connected to the whole, you create coherence and you begin to pull results out of the field of infinite probability. In fact, in an entangled universe, someone else's success is a proof of the concept for your own. If you feel envy, you are enforcing separation. If you feel genuine celebration, you are telling your quantum field that frequency is mine too. Because remember, abundance doesn't have to travel from point A to point B to reach you. It is simply a field you step into. So now let's reflect on important thing. You are entangled with the 5 people you spend the most time with. So ask yourself, are they vibrating at the frequency of abundance or scarcity, it's very important because the people around you can really affect your life. Now, to move from the illusion of separation into the reality of a connection, you need to train your brain. And here is your abundance integration plan for this week. First step, the Namaste protocol. No, this isn't just a yoga greeting. It means the light in me recognizes the light in you. So this week, every time you meet someone, especially someone you feel competition with, silently acknowledge we are part of the same quantum field. And after that, notice your body, your tone, your presence. Watch how your anxiety around dissolves. Step number 2, transcendental giving. Once a day, perform an act of kindness where you can't possibly get credit. Because if you are connected to the wool, giving to the wool is literally giving to yourself. You are seeding your own field. Third step, the coherence breath. Spend 5 minutes every day, just 5 minutes, breathing into your heart space. Imagine your electromagnetic field expanding to fill the room, the city, and the planet. Feel the lack melt away as you realize there's no out there to get the things from. Now, if this video has been helpful, hit the like button. But before, let's make the last reflection and write in the comments when in your life you feel most connected and when you feel most alone, even when others are around. Noticing it is very important because it improves your awareness and contributes to a mindset shift. In our next video, we'll take this connection and learn how to use the frequency of gratitude to lock in these quantum states for the long term and the reality you want to experience. Till then, remember, you are already entangled with the life you dream of. All you have to do is tune in.